Good morning, YouTube. This is the Los Angeles Prepper, and today we're going to talk about this piece of garbage. I don't usually use language like that, but this guy is absolute scum. Absolute scum! And you know why he's scum? Because he doesn't like these. He does not like these. If I was in London walking around, they'd want to put me in jail for this. What the hell? Are you serious? Are you flippin' serious? Well, he is serious. This is Sadiq Khan, London's first Muslim mayor. I could care less that he's Muslim, but well, let's not say I could care less. I care something about that fact because Islam is a way of Sharia law is nothing like Western law. And for people that live in countries that are predominantly Muslim, that want to have a Muslim culture and a Sharia law way of life, fantastic. But if you want to come to a Western country and change the way the entire country works based on what your religious beliefs are, as an American, that's something that is not amusing to me. So, London is having problems with knife attacks, and this genius's answer is to ban knives. I'm not even kidding. Knife control. Khan deployed over 300 additional London police officers to the city's most crime-ridden neighborhoods to stop and search anyone they suspect is carrying a knife. Now, this next part really upsets me. I don't know if Chris is. I don't know where the Blaze. In fact, where is the Blaze? Let's go ahead and duplicate this tab. Where on earth? I'm going to say I want to believe this is not an American publication because the next sentence I'm going to read would indicate, oh my gosh, there's a million comments here. University of Chicago students want campus police disarmed after cop shot attacker. Oh my god. All right, where's the Blaze? Who are you? Maybe Jobs will help give me an answer. Oh, come on. Where on earth where on earth are you guys? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Advertise help. Central Time. Oh shit, they are in America. Well, this next sentence disturbs me. Chris Onlow, you need to read the Constitution again. So, Chris goes on, in the U.S., such policies are very controversial and possibly violate the Fourth Amendment. Possibly. Well, let's take a look at the Fourth Amendment real quick, which has to do with probable cause. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Now, probable cause, I'm not an attorney, so I'm not going to get too deep into that, but tell me, YouTube, how can you... Now, granted, if you have a bulge in your pocket that looks like a knife, and you were in London, maybe that counts as probable cause to think that you have a knife. Just like if you had a bulge that looked like you were carrying a pistol. Now, that being said, in California, or in the United States, just having a pistol on you should not be probable cause to get stopped and frisked. Because... whether or not you're in a whether or not you are in a constitutional carry state or not, all states, at a minimum, if they're not constitutional carry, have concealed weapons permits. So just like driving a car down the street within the speed limit isn't really probable cause, you know, a police officer doesn't have probable cause to just pull you over and search your car. An individual walking down the street, it would be highly suspect if a law enforcement officer just stopped you out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I want to search you. I have probable cause to believe you have a weapon." You know, unless they saw something very obvious about the way you were conducting yourself that made them believe that you had a weapon on you. So, yes, in the United States, this type of policy violates the Fourth Amendment. But in England, good old England, police are able to stop and search anyone they suspect is carrying a knife. Well, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? And of course, London already has very, very strict, or UK, I should say, has very strict gun laws. And as you may or may not know, there are areas in Europe, UK isn't the only one, that are quote-unquote no-go zones, or areas that are just really, really tough. America has those areas too. Chicago, Detroit, parts of Oakland, California are really rough. I should know, my folks live in Oakland, California. I grew up in the Bay Area. So this is one of the reasons that the Second Amendment is so important to me. Not just in the firearm sense, but, you know, the ability to carry a knife, to protect myself against a dog, a crazy person, someone breaking into my apartment. Could be a variety of things. Forgive the noise outside, they're doing some construction. The tough and immediate measures also ban home deliveries of knives and acid, two of the most common weapons in London today. Well, isn't that wonderful? You know, maybe they need to have an acid ban, and that would stop all of this ridiculous business. He's investing $150 million in London's police department and $50 million in a youth program to steer youth away from violent crime. Well, I don't really have a problem with steering youth away from violent crime, but can you imagine if the city you lived in spent $150 million to get police to stop and frisk anyone they suspected is carrying a knife? And this is, of course, from his Twitter. "No excuse. There is never a reason to carry a knife. Anyone who does will be caught and will feel the full force of the law." Scumbag. What a scumbag. Just... Folding blades do not include pocket knives and multi-tools according to the law. Interesting. Knives that have a lock are completely illegal to carry in public. Adults found guilty of violating the knife law are subject to 4 years in prison. I'm going to read that again. Adults found guilty of violating knife laws are subject to 4 years in prison. Are you kidding me? Are you flippin' kidding me? Screw that. Screw that. That is absolutely freaking ridiculous. And of course, here in the city of Los Angeles, they don't want me open carrying a knife either. In case you don't believe me. Los Angeles City Code 13.62.020, which states that carrying knives and daggers in plain view is prohibited. It is unlawful for any person to carry on his person in plain view any knife or dagger. Now let's go to California law about knife. California has better open carry laws. Go to Schaus Law. I should go to Wikipedia, but we'll go to Schaus. These are attorneys, so they can explain this stuff a little bit better. Knives that may be worn openly but may not be concealed. So, of course, we have a penal code that makes it a crime to carry a concealed knife that is capable of inflicting significant damage. California has an open carry law, however, for dirks and daggers. Dirks and daggers may be carried openly in a sheath if the sheath is worn and suspended from your waist. It can also apply to chef's knives, ice picks, knitting needles, and scissors. God, if I conceal carry knitting needles, am I going to go to jail in California? Jesus Christ. Of course, California doesn't like things like, like switchblades and some blades like that. But, so certain knives can be carried openly or concealed unless the blade is exposed and in the locked position. Pocket knives, non-locking folding knives, other folding knives that don't meet the definition of a switchblade. So, for example, folding knife that does not meet the definition of a switchblade. Thank you, California, for letting me defend myself as I walk down the street, for Christ's sake. Knives that are illegal in California. Switchblades. Don't like switchblades. Spring-loaded knives. Don't like spring-loaded knives. Gravity knives, where it just kind of slides out. Balisongs, also known as butterfly knives. They don't like those. Air gauge knives. Items that appear to be air gauges but are actually knives. Okay. Ballistic knives. What the hell is a ballistic knife? I don't even know what a ballistic knife is. Belt buckle knives. Oh, they don't want belt buckle knives. Cane swords. What I feel like Uncle Al would love, would love a cane sword. I feel like these two items just scream Uncle Al. Undetectable knives made from materials that can't be detected by metal detectors. So, if I 3D print a knife, that's a big no-no. Big no-no. Lipstick case knives. Writing pen knives. Okay, well, we're getting a little off topic here, but at any rate, can you just imagine going to prison for 4 years for carrying a knife? Knives that have a lock are completely illegal to carry in public. 4 years in prison. What the hell is wrong with you, UK? Why did you vote for this guy? Oh, I know why you voted for him. Because you believe everything you hear. Where does it say? Where is his statement on? Oh no, come on. Where was his statement? In 2015, Khan said he would do everything in my power to cut, stop, and search, claiming it undermines public confidence in local government and policing systems. But now, as violent crime surges, Khan calls a stop and search a vital tool to combat London crime. Well, let me ask Khan this, and let me ask YouTube this. Since when does a law stop people from preventing crime? It's already illegal to stab someone in London. It's already illegal to throw acid at someone's face in London. So do they need to make more laws about throwing acid in people's face? Do they need to make, do they really think that this is going to reduce knife attacks? By stopping and frisking citizens that would otherwise be legally carrying a knife are all of a sudden now going to face potentially 4 years in prison. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. 4 years in prison, right here. This is $2 from Walmart. $2 in Walmart gets you 4 years in prison in London. I got a friend that lives in London, or lives in Edinburgh, rather. And I don't know what Edinburgh's knife laws are, but what do you think, YouTube? Is this where you want your country going? Is this where you want your state going? Do you think banning knife attacks is going to decrease knife attacks? I don't. Disgusting. I find this utterly disgusting. I also find it highly fascist. Well, anyways, YouTube, I'm going to get off my high horse. I'm going to put my knife that won't send me to prison for 4 years back in my pocket. Until next time, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Keep prepping and keep your tools on you. Life is too precious to have it threatened by some thug because you weren't carrying your tools. Take care, YouTube. See you next time.